Hello. So today's practice is going to be all about strength, and it's going to be about the warriors. So in times of stress or worry, or just when we need that extra bit of strength, the warriors are a great little practice to go to. It's not going to be a long practice, and we can use the warriors whenever we want. We could be making a cup of tea and go into a warrior posture. Just when we need that added bit of strength to get us through the day, warriors are really interesting to practice. Let me introduce Malcolm. He's my husband and he's new to yoga. So he has also some restrictions in his hips from a past injury. So some of the postures he will be doing slightly different to me, but he'll still be doing the postures. And that's the same with yourselves. Whatever posture you do is your posture. Whatever posture you do is a good posture. As long as we're moving and opening, we're working into the bodies. As long as we go with no pain, we're working the body, strengthening the body, and building some warrior strength into ourselves. I'm going to start with a gentle back movement to warm up the spine, and then the rest of the postures will be standing postures until we get back down onto the mat for a little bit of relaxation. Please hold the postures for as long as you like. I'll hold them a little bit longer, and if you want to just drop out of the posture, that's absolutely fine, and wait for the next posture. So the warriors are there to give us strength. So maybe start to think now how much you need strength today. Maybe things have happened in your life and you need that added bit of strength. So let's continue with the warriors. We're going to come into all fours first of all, just to warm up the spine. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and as we inhale, gaze up and buttocks up. So we have a nice little back bend going on here. And then on the exhale, rounding the back, engaging the abdominals, and just gaze to the navel. We're going to do 3 or 4 more of these, just slowly warming up the back. Nice, easy breathing. The fingers are spread. And we just start to connect with the spine. Just being aware of the articulation of the spine. And this is going to be the last one. So inhaling up, buttocks up. Exhaling, rounding, engaging. And then slowly come back to neutral. You're just going to tuck your toes, and from this position, you're just going to lift up the knees, move the hips back, and we're in downward facing dog. So just going to bend one leg and bend the other leg, just warming up the hamstrings a little bit. Your head is hanging just in between your upper arms. And you're drawing your navel softly back to the spine. So feel the connection of the spine. Now if your hamstrings are tight, you may have to bend your knees. If the hamstrings are a little bit longer, straighten the legs and draw the heels down towards the mat. Think about the navel now, softly drawing back to the spine. This is a posture of strength, so feel the strength. If it gets too much, just pop the knees down onto the mat. Couple more breaths. Think warriors, think building strength, entering into the warrior sequence. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to slowly take a walk forward to the fingertips, nice and slowly. Bend your knees. Engage your core, inhale the arms all the way up. And a big circle takes you back to your heart center. You're coming to the front of the mat for warrior one. Your right foot comes forward and your left foot, now depending on how far you want to go, deeper is wider length. So maybe shorter length or longer length. Then you're going to take your hips facing forward. So maybe they don't face forward, so this outer leg might have to go out to the side of the mat a little bit, and then you have the hips facing forward. Those legs are straight for the moment. Breathe, and then bend that front knee. And when you bend your front knee, look down, and you should always be able to see your second toe. If you can't see your second toe, walk the front foot a little bit further forward. You may want to go deeper, so take the back foot, take it wider, go a little bit deeper. So we're already in warrior one. The chest is proud, the shoulders are down, the hands are on the hips. Feel the strength of the back leg. Push through the outer edge of the back heel. Engage that warrior. Options, you're simply staying here. It's all a bit too much. Straighten the leg and come out of it and then go back into it whenever you want to. Building strength. Take it to warrior one. Shoulder issues, you're staying here with the hands on the hips. No shoulder issues, arms all the way up. Drop the hips down, lift up the heart, gazes forward. Draw the navel softly back. Can you feel the strength of the warriors? We're strong. We're warriors. We can face anything. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Take an inhale, exhale the hands to the hips. Check your balance. We're just coming back to the front of the mat. Opposite leg. So take the foot as wide behind you as you want to. We don't want to have a twist in the back, so bring the hips forward, and that means you may have to adjust that back foot out to the side a bit. So whichever feels appropriate to you. Straighten both legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the front knee. Nice easy breathing. Feel the strength again of the back leg. Walk it further behind you if you want to go deeper. Check out which side is stronger. Warrior one. Breathe. Options, you're staying here with your hands on your hips. Options, arms all the way up. Draw the navel softly towards the spine. Bend that knee a little bit further. Keep your chest upright. Keep the back leg super strong. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Remember, you can always straighten, relax, and then go back into it. Just a couple more breaths, building strength, building stamina, working the muscles and the joints. Take an inhale, exhale, hands to the hips, and again we come back to the front of the mat. Going to go into warrior two. So nice wide legs. Now the wider that your legs are, the more intense this posture. Take your arms out to the side. Soften the shoulders. Strong arms. We're going to turn that right foot a full 90 degrees and turn the back foot in a little bit. The back foot can stay facing forward if it feels more appropriate. You're going to walk that right foot a bit further away from you, bend the knee, and we are now in warrior two. Tendency is to come forward, and yet we need to move back. Soften the shoulders. This back leg is super, super strong. Draw the navel softly in, supporting the spine. There's no clenching of the toes. Warrior two. Strength. Stamina. Breathe. So you can even do this when you're making a cup of tea. Takes a couple of minutes for the kettle to boil. So why wouldn't we just stand in warrior for a couple of minutes? If you don't have a yoga mat, well, have a non-slip floor, but sometimes without a yoga mat, we're even engaging more muscles. So if you do have a yoga mat, try it without a yoga mat. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Remember, you can straighten the leg, come out of it. And then inhale back to the center. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Whoops. Open the arms. Soften the shoulders. And then we turn the opposite foot. Walk the toes away. Bend the knee. We want to have that knee tracking over the ankle. We don't want to come forward. We want to come back. Shoulders over hips. Back leg super strong. We're gazing at those front fingers. Breathe. Breathe. I'm strong. I can face anything. Worries, stress, all disappear. My focus is on being strong. My focus is on the breath. Taking each one of these postures to almost a mini meditation. Couple more breaths. Remember, you can straighten the leg. You can have the legs closer together. It's all a little bit easier if you want to. Take an inhale. Exhale. And then inhale back to the center. So I'm guessing you're already starting to feel it, because I am. So I'm guessing you are too. Hands in front of your heart. We're just going to have what I call dance the warrior. So inhale up, exhale open. Soften the shoulders. Turn your right foot full 90 degrees. Turn the back foot in slightly if you want to, or leave it facing forward. Walk the toes away. Knees track over the ankle. We're back in warrior two. But this time we're going to dance that warrior. Reverse it. We're going to bring the back hand down to the back thigh. I'm going to feel the connection of that back thigh. And then the front hand will turn to the ceiling. And we'll rise up. Rising up. And sliding down that back thigh. Gaze up to the ceiling if it feels appropriate. Breathe. Breathe. Back leg super strong. Feel the strength that you can create in your body. You are strong. You are warriors. Couple more breaths. Remember, you can always straighten the leg if it feels a bit too intense, and then come back into it. Inhale, exhale, and inhale out of it. Hands in front of your heart, we rise up, we open, opposite direction, bend the knee. Take the hand to the back thigh, bend the knee a little bit more, turn the palm to the ceiling. Inhale it up. Exhale, slide down that back thigh, but keep that bend in the front knee. And want to straighten, don't let it. Keep that strength going. Great lateral stretch. Breathe. Imagine you are the strongest of warriors. You can do this. Breathe. Take an inhale, exhale out, and come back to the center. So we're going to take a little fun posture called Warrior 3, which involves balance. So this is great fun, because I've got no balance at the moment. We're going to take the right foot forward. I'm going to come onto the tippy toes of the back foot. I'm going to use that back foot to pivot. So just imagine that that foot wants to leave the earth and take us into warrior three. Okay, we're going to take the arms all the way up. And we're going to use the power of that back leg. Take an inhale. Check out, you're not going to fall into anything. Exhale, the one foot wants to come up. Inhale, let it. Exhale into warrior three. Foot can stay on the floor. My balance is not too good today. And then come back out. So it's just a bit of fun. I'm useless at balance, but I'm having a go for you guys. So the opposite foot. And again, we use that pivot motion. So the foot wants to come up. And the arms are up. And when it decides, up it goes into warrior three. Now you can have your arms on a wall. And then come back. So you have to let go of the ego in yoga, and that balance posture is certainly letting go of my ego because I find it very, very difficult. Okay, next posture. We're just going to take a nice lunge and then we'll come back down on the mat. So open the legs wide, turn that right foot out, walk it away, bend the knee. And we're just going to have a nice side stretch here. Options to take the arm up. Nice easy breathing. Back leg is still super strong. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, we'll rise up. Changing sides. Bend the knee. Elbows on the knee. Hand on hip. Stretch up. Breathe. And if you want to, take it over. Back leg strong. Think warriors. And then inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale back. You're going to come back down onto the mat now. So lay down on your mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it. Stretch the left leg long. Lengthen it. Take that knee over to the left and gaze to your right. And then draw the knee back into the chest. Left knee joins it, little roll around on that spine. Keeping hold of the left knee, right leg is long. And again, we take the knee over to the right and gaze to the left. And then inhale back to the center, both knees into the chest, little rock and roll. Feet planted firmly on the earth. Take your legs nice and long now, or keep your feet flat on the earth if that feels better for your spine. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. It's time for the warriors to rest now. But think about that strength that you have had to do that short practice. The whole focus was on your strength. There is no time for worry or stress. So we start to become aware in yoga that we have concentration and focus. We can alleviate those symptoms of stress, anxiety, anger. And yet we can be strong as well. So rest here now. You deserve it for as long as you like. And when you rise, rise as a warrior to face that world. It's a beautiful world. It has many wonders in it, and sometimes we don't see them. So make an affirmation now before you rise that you're going to see all the beautiful things in the world. The leaves on the trees, the sunrise. So many beautiful things that we miss. Focus and attention. Namaste.